is the mean or average, mean, median, and mode, from the lowest to the highest values. The middle number is the median for an odd number of items. The average of two middle numbers is the median for an even number of items.
So that's how we compute for the mean, median, and mode of the group data. Any questions?
Crosswise, ma'am.
Yes, 1/2 crosswise, please. Get one sheet and pass. Remember, any form of cheating will not be tolerated. Good luck on this last test for the semester. This takes up 40% of your grade.
Cholo Bryant, a world-renowned basketball player, would like to know the average of the points he scored per game this season. His scores are as follows: 33, 28, 35, 26, 29, 31, 39, 39, 42, 34, 33, 45, 41, 38, 49. What is his average score this season?
How do I do this again? Brain, don't quit on me now, please. Should I start praying for my grades? Will I still be an honor student? How about my future? Do I still even have one? I give up.
I think Cholo is really having a tough time. I think it's time for the help of the math wizard.
Hey Cholo, what seems to be the problem? You know bro, there's this problem set about a basketball player with scores, and I need to find his average scores, and I don't know how. It's pretty simple, Cholo. It's simply the mean. What's a mean? Well, I can't explain it to you on the court, so let's bring it to the board.
The mean is the most commonly used measure of the central tendency, and it is also known as average of all the numbers in the dataset. Additionally, the mean is the middle number in the set with regards to its value. The formula for the mean is quite simple. It's just basically the summation of all the numbers in the set, which is represented by x, divided by the number of cases, which is represented by n. In the problem, the x is represented by the scores that Cholo Bryant got in the whole season, which are namely 33, 28, 35, 26, 29, 31, 39, 39, 42, 34, 33, 45, 41, 38, and 49. Since there are 15 numbers in the dataset, then 15 would be our n. And then we have an answer of 36.13, or approximately 36.
I finally got it. Thank you for your help, Math Wizard. However, I'm still having some hard time with some of the questions. Will you help me out?
Of course, Joe. You can count on me. But let's proceed to answer the second question first.
Mr. Rodrigo Benito is the CEO of the Benito's Resto Bar and Grill, the longest running business in Davao City. Mr. Benito would like to know the salary of his top 10 earning employees, including himself. The salary of his employees per month are as follows: 55,000, 70,000, 65,000, 67,000, 66,500, 50,000, 55,000, 55,000, 67,000, and 500,000. What is the median of the salary of his employees and himself?
Wow! That was super above minimum wage. Yeah. What if I'm going to apply to become an employee of this restaurant? Apart from getting free food, I will also earn high salary. Goodbye engineering dreams, and hello to food service industry.
Stop kidding. That's why I'm helping you right now, right? So that you can pass this quiz. So now, this problem involves the media, and we're going to find for its solution. Here's how you should do it. The median is the middle score for a set of data that has been arranged in order of magnitude. The median is less affected by outliers and skewed data. These are values that are unusual compared to the rest of the dataset by being very small or very large in numerical value. In the problem, the salary of Mr. Benito's top 11 earning employees, including himself, are as follows: 55,000 pesos, 70,000 pesos, 65,000 pesos, 67,000 pesos, 66,500 pesos, 50,000 pesos, 55,000 pesos, 55,000 pesos, 67,000 pesos, 50,000 pesos, and 500,000 pesos. After arranging the numbers in ascending order, you must divide 11 by 2 and round it up to get the position of the median. In this case, rounding it up would give us the 6th position, which is 65,000 pesos as the median for our data.
Well, that was fairly easy.
See? I told you that it was a piece of cake. Now, on to the next question.
Oh my gosh, that photo shoot was so tiring. I have to call Ness. Hello, Ness?
Hello, ma'am.
Where are you?
Yes, I'm here at Torres and I'm picking up the cake for a celebration later.
Oh my gosh, how convenient. Can you please get me a cup of coffee? I just feel so tired, but I don't want to sleep because I don't want to ruin my makeup.
Okay, noted.
Oh, okay. By the way, is my coffee journal still there? May you please help me because I think that I made an error in making an order again. I ordered a cup of coffee that I did last week. Can you please check it? Because I think that I unintentionally followed my new favorite flavor of coffee.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, I understand that she has her tally, but what is she going to do about it?
Simple. You get the mode.
What is mode?
Well, the mode is obtained by doing this. The mode is simply the number of data that occurs the most in the dataset. It is mostly used for categorical or nominal data, where we wish to know which is the most common category in a dataset. Nominal data is used for labeling variables without any quantitative value. The data may have many values, however, these cannot be clearly ordered from highest to lowest. A data with one mode would be unimodal, with 2 modes bimodal, 3 modes trimodal, and more than 3 would be polymodal. In the problem, the salted caramel frappuccino was ordered 5 times by Madam Karla, which makes it the mode of the problem. This answer then would be an example of a polymodal mode.
Mom, I finished!
Get one sheet and pass. Remember, any form of cheating will not be tolerated. Good luck on this last test for the semester. This takes up 40% of your grade.
Oh my god, there's a second part in this quiz. Let's hope it's not group data. Please don't be group data. Please don't be group data. Oh my god, it's group data. This is the only part that I didn't study. Oh my god.
Wow, this is such a beautiful place. So many beautiful clothing. Look at all these denim jeans. But wait, aren't we supposed to be in math class?
Well, technically, it's still part of your imagination, but you're just in a reality wherein I'm going to be helping you solve your math problems because I'm math wizard number 2.
Whoa, math wizard number 2. So convenient. Can you help me answer the first question of the group data set? I'm having a difficulty answering that quiz.
Of course, I'm going to help you. Isn't that the reason why I exist in the very first place? But I am unable to help you in the clothing store though, which is why I'm going to be bringing you to my interactive space where we're going to be solving the group data mean together.
Now let's talk about a new type of data set that we need to understand before we jump into solving for this new nature of sets. When we talk about group data, it looks kind of different from the ungrouped ones since it's clustered into different categories. Like for example, in this problem, it's clustered into age groups, which are then further quote-unquote given value to by their frequencies, which represent the number of occurrences. So to start, when we talk about the group mean, we need to follow a strict formula which looks like this. We'll discuss what elements we need to have in order to satisfy the equation. Firstly, we need to get the summation of the midpoint times the frequency. For group data problem sets, in order to get the midpoint, we need to follow this formula, which basically asks for you to get the smaller number of that class and add it to the bigger number. Respectively, the smaller number and the bigger number are called the lower class limit and the upper class limit, after which we just multiply it to the frequency of that class. And then after that, we have already satisfied the numerator. Hence, for the denominator n, you just need to get the total of all the frequencies of the classes, hence you will get the mean. In the problem, you can see that our fxm is 557, and it was divided by 16 because the total of 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 16. And the mean for all of the numbers that are present in this problem is 34.81.
Okay, I got this. On to the next question. What is the middle value of the salaries of his employees? What does this mean? I don't understand.
For the median, we also need to follow a formula that looks like this. Now don't be scared, because the elements that may look new to you are really easy to garner. But first, what are the easiest ones to find? You have the total of all the frequencies, the frequency of the median class, which is identified through the total of all frequencies divided by 2, which, for this problem, is 18. Now that that's set aside, let's proceed to the solving. The first element that you need to satisfy is the cumulative frequency, or the CF. Take note that before you get the CF, you need to identify the lowest class first before anything else. In this problem, the lowest class is the one that contains the values of 1 to 100,000 pesos. Hence, when we start solving for the CF, you just need to copy the frequency of the lowest class and have it act as our first CF. Which is why in the problem, you can see that the frequency of the class of 1 to 100,000 is the same with its cumulative frequency, which is 9, because we need to have that act as our base point in order for us to get our succeeding cumulative frequencies. Which is why, as you can see, 9 plus 13 equals 22, which is why the cumulative frequency after 9 is 22. Hence, we just repeat it until we complete the table. After you get that, your CFB can be found just by looking at the cumulative frequency before the median class. And since we've already identified the median class, then we can say that the cumulative frequency before the median class is 22. After you get that, you should get the lower boundary, which is garnered by adding the upper limit of the class before, plus the lower limit of the median class divided by 2. In this problem, we just added 300,000 plus 100,001 divided by 2, which is basically 200,000 pesos and 5 centavos. Lastly, in order to get the class side, You just count the gap between the lower limit and the upper limit of the classes, and for this certain problem, our class size is 100,000 pesos. Now, since we already have all the values, we just plug them all into the formula that I presented to you a while ago, which is why our median salary for Mr. Benito's employees is 225,000 pesos and 5 centavos.
Well, I overthought that one because that was fairly easy. But why did I forget the formula for the mode? Oh my god. Okay, on to the next question. What is the mode for the group data of the number of coffee cups per occurrence? I don't know what to do.
Oh my god, I remembered my boss telling me about tallying the number of cups that I serve per hour. But it's okay, I'll just do it. 1 coffee, Francesca, please.
I'm here.
Where are we? What is it? Last place. But I don't really know what I was asking for. What is that? Basically, what is the easiest number? Just basically
Out of all the formulas that we've discussed in the group data, the mode is actually quite the easiest to understand because it's just basically finding the modal class based on F. And in this problem, since 10 is our highest frequency, then we will have 5 to 8 as our modal class. Now, next thing that we need to do is to substitute the required values of the formula, which is the one that's presented to you on the screen right now. D1 is just basically the frequency difference between the modal class and before the modal class, and D2 is just basically the frequency difference between the modal class and the one that's after the modal class. And for this certain problem, D1 is 10 minus 8, which is equal to 2, and D2 is 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5. And since we've already been taught how to get the lower boundary when we were getting the median a while ago, we can say that our lower boundary for this problem is 4.5. And next, we already know how to get the class size, so our class size for this certain problem is 4. Now that we already have all the values, we just need to plug them in the formula, and once we solve it all together, we now have a mode of 5.64.
Yes, I'm finally finished.